What is going on, guys? It is Laker Nation all day. You know how we tune in here. It's all about us, and you see it on the screen. I don't really have to say anything, to be honest with you. No LeBron, no AD, no Kendrick Nunn, and we're losing by 26. I believe our biggest deficit so far has been 30 points. Um, and I feel confident with recording it now because I know the Lakers are not going to make a comeback. And I am willing to bet anything that I have that they're not going to make a comeback. That being said, I know they have their injuries. And I know that when you're playing a 4-seeded, 5-seeded Dallas team who's been 30-11 as of recently, with an MVP candidate and Luka Doncic on the road, I get that your chances of winning may be pretty slim. But 82 points in the first half is telling me that they are not playing with any kind of sense of urgency, no effort really on the defensive end. I've been watching the game and, to watch Dallas just make basically almost every single shot that they take, they're shooting over 55% from behind the arc. 12 of 23 from the three-point line, 27 of 47 from the field. So clearly there's just no defense being played from the Lakers. And that's ultimately why Dallas is 82 points. I understand that Dallas is a talented offensive team. I understand that they are a good three-point shooting team. But I don't care what kind of injuries you have. I don't care about, what's going on from the Lakers side. You have to at least play with effort. Offensively, over these past so many games, right? That hasn't been the issue. I thought offensively we've been looking pretty solid. I like our ball movement. I think our three-point shooting has gotten better. I think I just like what I'm seeing on the offensive side. But defense is the issue. We're not going to win any games when we allow 120 points a game. I believe in the month of March we're second worst or third worst in defensive rating as opposed to the entire season where we were ranked, 15th or whatever the case was. So when you thought it was already bad, it got even worse. So my point is there's just no hope with this Laker team. I've said it, ever since we lost to the Suns about a few months back that our season was over, with that LeBron injury. And LeBron, right, he's been scoring a lot and he's been doing his thing, but we can't win by outscoring the other team consistently. We have to play defense, and that's something that we've just not been able to do. And I don't want to sit here and listen to people put all the blame on Frank Vogel. Okay, I don't want to hear it because Frank Vogel, in his first year at the Lakers, won a championship with us. Top 5 defensive rating. Last season, number 1 defensive rated team in the league. And now with all this roster turnover that he's had to deal with over the past couple of years, I mean, you get players like DJ Augustine, like Trevor Ariza, like Wayne and Gabriel, like Avery Bradley, who took a massive step back on defense, Carmelo Anthony, THT, Kent Bazemore, Wayne Ellington. Which one of those guys are honestly good defenders? It's like this team is having an identity issue, and that's what it's been all season long. My thing has been, how can you be a contender if you don't have an identity? Every great team in this league has an identity. At least every championship team has an identity, right? Our identity when we won the championship, defense, and we played with size and force. We weren't necessarily the best three-point shooting team when we won the championship, keep in mind. And that's why a lot of people thought we were going to fail. But that's the reason why we won. We won because we had defense. We won because we had size, like Dwight, like JaVale, like AD when healthy, like LeBron when healthy. So we had plenty of size. But when I'm looking at this team, the only size we have is Dwight Howard, who's taken a bit of a step back. But, we still have Dwight Howard. And then Wayne and Gabriel, who's been on 5 NBA teams or whatever the case was before this one for a reason. So what I'm simply saying is that we don't have an identity. Frank Vogel is a defensive minded coach, okay? I just don't understand why the Lakers would get past that and focus on three-point shooting only. Bringing in players like Kent Bazemore and Wayne Ellington and Carmelo Anthony, just guys who could shoot threes. Same thing with Trevor Ariza. Just old guys who could just shoot threes and can't play defense. That's literally what this entire season has been. There's a reason why I haven't been making videos. Obviously I got other things going on in my life, but that's besides the point. If the Lakers were actually making some significant progress, if they were changing what they were doing from 3 months back, last video I made was about, early January. And from what instance have they changed from early January to now in late March? they haven't really changed anything. Granted, do I believe that this season is over? Yes. Do I also believe that maybe there's like 1% chance that they could do something about it? Also, yes. But, at this point, it's just holding on to a slither of hope. And, obviously there's going to be a lot to talk about when it comes to the offseason for the Lakers in terms of what they should do in free agency. We'll go ahead and get into that when that time comes. But as far as I'm concerned right now for this game, it's over. I get it. Dallas is a good team, but we're making them look like they're going to win the championship. Luka Doncic has 25, 5, and 6 in the first half. And honestly, he shouldn't have to play in the second half, but I guarantee you he's going to go ahead and pad his stats in the second half, because why not? But, when I'm looking at this game, it's just overall, I thought, if I'm going to say anyone played well, it was Russell Westbrook and maybe a little bit of DJ Augustine and Malik Monk. That's about it. But that doesn't change the fact that our team is just horrific defensively, allowing 43 points in the first quarter and then 39 in the second quarter. So, when I'm looking at this game, it's like, what did we expect? What did we expect? Because this keeps happening all the time. And, when they're up 20 last game against the Pelicans at halftime, they choked it. Granted, LeBron got hurt, but they choked it still. So, this team just has a lack of sense of urgency, and you'd think that since they're such a veteran-like team that they would understand the importance of this situation that they're in. They're only half a game ahead of the 11th seed, which just doesn't even qualify for the play-in tournament. I don't even know what to make of this anymore. I really thought they were at least going to make the play-in tournament and go from there, but they might not even make it from that perspective because the Spurs are coming on up, and we have the second toughest schedule remaining. So I don't even know what to say about the Lakers at this point. This is just a wash season, as I've been saying, although I do always hold on to that slither of hope, because if you give me a healthy LeBron, AD, and Russ in the postseason, I believe they're capable of beating anyone. But the thing is, we've just never seen it. Last time I checked, we were 16-13 with a 4-game winning streak when Austin Reeves hit that game winner in Dallas, right? That was when our team was healthy. We were starting to get things going. COVID hit, and then obviously AD gets hurt, LeBron gets hurt. It's just, we never had a fully healthy team after that. We don't even have Kendrick Nunn. He's been out this entire season. And he was going to be a very essential piece for us, right? He was going to be a guy who could probably get 25, maybe 30 minutes a game at most to go side with Malik Monk. So we're missing out on him too. It's just not a good season, and it's a wash season at this point. I don't know why AD's trying to come back. I don't get it. I really don't. But other than that, that's all I have for you in this one. Comment down below what you guys think about this, man. Not even just about this game, but just about the season. Because my thing is, no identity. And really, that's about it. I can say no defense, no nothing, but that's a part of the identity thing. Because their identity used to be being an elite defensive team. But this is not being a good defensive team. This is, I could play better defense. Okay? If I am in a Laker uniform, I could play better defense on the Mavericks right now than some of these guys are. And you guys could too, because that's how bad, I'm looking at some of the final scores from previous days. The Mavericks already outscored them. That just puts it into perspective how bad of a defensive team we are. So, you know what? That's all I have for this one. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below what your guys' thoughts were on the Lakers getting blown out once again by this Dallas Mavericks squad, and subscribe for more. Alright, guys? Peace out. And as always, I don't care if we lose by 50, go Lakers.